Guys, it's Ahmed here from PPG. I am here to show you my Gyarados top 8 deck that I played at San Jose this weekend. Gyarados is a really strong card because it has a damage cap at 270 damage, so it even kills a Wailord. It even kills a Wailord with a hard charm on it. It beats Night March because you're playing basically one prize attackers, and then you have the benefit of Oricorio on top of it. It's immune to Karen, so it's basically Night March that's immune to Karen. I got all the way to top 8, but I lost to turn 1 Gyarados twice. So anyway, without further ado, let's go through the cards. So first of all, Gyarados is the main attacker of the deck. The only attack that you ever use is full retaliation, and it reads 30 plus 30 times all the damage counters that you have on all your Magikarps. So if you have a Gyarados in the active and 3 Magikarps on the bench with 2 damage counters each that came from the Team Magma base that's shown right below, then you have 6 damage counters on Magikarp or 180 damage. So 180 plus 30 is 210. And then on top of it, it has the Double Theta trait, which allows it to attach up to 2 tools at once. So with 2 tools, it can do up to 270 because you can play 2 Choice Band. So standard 4-3 is fine. You don't really need more than that because you have so much recovery that it doesn't matter how many Gyarados you have, because you can always find it with your recovery cards. Next up is the consistency cards. So I play 1/1 Auxiliary, and this is basically your end, fail safe, so you don't get end to crap. On top of it, I play Shaman. I like Shaman even though we play Auxiliary because I like to be able to dig when I need to dig, especially turn 1 or 2 when you need to find that DCE to take the pace of the game. I play 1 Lele just for the to find the supporters, and then the Oricorio is the king of the deck, as I played Night March probably like 5 or 6 times this tournament. Oricorio is really good. If you don't know what it does, it places a damage counter on your opponent for every Pokemon that they have in the discard. With Team Magma base and Oricorio, you kind of just destroy Night March, because if they play a Joltik under Team Magma base, it only takes 1 counter to knock out that Joltik. Furthermore, I mean, if they discard 8 or 9, then you're knocking out a Joltik and a Pumpkaboo, or you're knocking out multiple Joltik, so it's just a really good card. Next is the supporter line, 3 Sycamore. You don't really need more than that, because we play a lot of ways to get it, 4 Ultra Ball and a Lele and stuff like that. I play Colress because sometimes you want to play a shuffle card that's not N, because you're usually ahead in prizes, so you want to draw enough cards, but you don't want to discard like all your puzzles or anything. Getsus, I hate that card now, but it's really good against things like Sableye and Wailord, because it prevents them from using their powerful items to block your attacks and denying your energy and things like that. Teammates is very good because it you can grab literally any 2 cards of the deck, and that's usually what you need to do with this deck anyway. You usually just need 1 or 2 cards to continue the stream of attacking, especially when you have Auxiliary. You can draw any cards you want, and then you can teammates for the cards that you're missing for the knockout. I only play 1 Lysander and don't play Guzma. I play Lysander because we only have 1 attacker. So in decks like Night March, you play Guzma because you can switch into your other attacker. But with decks like Gyarados, you only have 1 Gyarados that can attack usually. So usually you just put it active. So it makes it so that you don't have to do any guesswork when you're doing it. You just keep the Gyarados active. Next is the most important supporter of this deck is Gladion. It came out in this set, and it's definitely what pieced this deck together, because the biggest weakness this deck has is its prizes. So if you prize multiple Magikarp, then you're going to lose the game because you can't do any damage. So Gladion lets you take your Magikarp out of your prizes and then deal damage. And I mean, basically, it was the hero of my deck. Actually, I wish I had played more ways to find Gladion than I already did. The other cards are pretty standard. Computer Search. I like Computer Search over Dowsing Machine because you don't really need to recycle puzzles over and over again. You kind of just need to find whatever card you need. Usually it's the DCE. And we play a lot of recovery, so we don't have to worry about any of that. Special Charge is just another out to finding more DCE, so you don't have to always use your puzzles on DCE. You can use it to get other things like Rescue Stretchers or Dive Balls or Ultra Balls or things like that. Field Blower, I play one of that just to get rid of Garb and maybe Fury Belts if that's needed. Sometimes you get to do cute plays, like you get to Field Blower off like a Float Stone to put on a Choice Band so that you can deal extra damage. And then Muscle Band is also there to deal damage to things like Tapu Koko, because it has 110 HP, so you only need one Magikarp. So if they're streaming Tapu Koko, they're only taking out one Magikarp at a time, instead of constantly, so you're just trading Magikarps and not even losing your energy. So that's why that's there. If we want to move on to the rest of the items, we have 3 Choice Band, as I mentioned before. It's just there to stack damage, so you can hit numbers that you need without having to overextend. So if you have 2 Magikarps with 2 damage counters on them each, and 2 Choice Band, you hit 210. So that's very important for hitting things like Zoroark and Golisopod, or if you just have 1 Choice Band, it kills the Lele. Magma Base is how you get your damage counters on your Carps. So you play the Magma Base and then you play the Carps, and you have 2 damage counters on them. It's pretty simple. I played 4 Dive Ball, 4 Ultra Ball. 4 Ultra Ball, I mean, you need because you have to get Lele or Shaman. And then 4 Dive Ball is necessary because you want to find all your Magikarps as fast as possible. And Gyarados too. You also want to be able to get your Octilleries out, your Remoraid Octillery combo, so you can just, have your end failsafe as much as possible. The next cards are the 4 puzzles. 4 puzzles, as I mentioned before, it's just extra recovery. And then the Rescue Stretchers. The Rescue Stretcher is another really key card that came out for the set. I mean, you have the option of either getting 1 or getting 3. So it does Super Rod or Buddy Buddy Rescue at the same time. It's just a really good card for this deck. And it also makes it so that other players, if they're playing Oricorio, can't use their Oricorio to just take out your Magikarps, because Magikarp only has 30 HP. So if all your Pokemon are in your deck, then their Oricorio is useless. 4 versus Seeker is pretty standard. 3 Trainer's Mail. Trainer's Mail is always just there to help you, get any items that you're lacking. And then 4 DC. So anyway, there's the deck. Let me know what you guys think. Please, support my sponsors, PPG, and also support my other sponsor, Ultra Pro. I use these sick-ass Eclipse sleeves. I really like them a lot. I mean, they shuffled really well, except for when I got Getsist. Anyway, good luck.